Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Mark, this is Spiguyver Backpacking. And this weekend, actually just yesterday I picked up the keys, and this weekend I'm officially in my new apartment. However, the movers haven't arrived, and I actually don't even have a date for when they're going to arrive. So it kind of leaves me not knowing when my stuff's gonna get here, which makes this video even better because I thought ahead a little bit. I don't do that very often, but I did think ahead with this move and had some ideas, and I had a company that had reached out to me, and Raymond and I did a trade last minute, and so I've got myself somewhat set up to be kind of comfortable until my stuff gets here. So let's talk about some of that stuff that I'm referring to. Let's go. Okay, so this is the first piece of gear that company reached out to me, Aerogogo, reached out to me and asked if I'd be interested in reviewing one of their inflatable sofas. And actually the sofa, while the sofa was cool, they actually have this, which is the armchair. Now online, there's a bunch of reviews. People have done a bunch of videos on the sofa. I haven't seen very many on the armchair. Now the reason that I wanted to go with the armchair is it's a little bit more convenient for me. I've got some ideas on how this can be used, other than just, you get into an apartment and you don't have any of your furniture, but I've got some ideas on how this can be used that we'll discuss in a little while. But this just made a lot of sense to me, especially given where I am right now. So, you don't have to find yourself in that situation for this to be something that makes sense. But let's talk about what this is. So it is a completely inflatable, kind of like an air mattress, but it's a chair. It's a chair that works really well. I mean, I can sit in it, lean back. I can adjust the amount of air volume in it so that I'm comfortable. I mean, right now it's nice. It's pretty firm, but it's got enough give that it kind of forms to me just a little bit. I can lean back and it isn't gonna collapse on me. Got good armrests. I can set my remote there, no problem at all. So that's all good. But the really cool part about it is I didn't need to, waste my breath blowing this thing up. Let's take a look at how this thing airs up. Okay, so I didn't deflate it completely. It's now been aired up at least 4 times using the pump that's on here. And that's the cool part, is it's got an integrated pump. So it's got 2 valves. This one here, which you use to deflate it, and you cover that up and you don't see it. It's got an outer shell. So this is a polyester outer shell that can be zipped off, and then inside is the PVC air bladder. So it's kind of like a high quality pool float or a high quality air mattress that you'd buy. Pretty durable. It's capable of holding about 300 kilograms, which is a lot of weight. So I aired it down, not completely. Behind this panel here, so this screws on. So this little panel right here, this screws on. And what you've got is a USB-C connector. You've got a port for the fan. So open that up and move it out of the way to give access to the fan. And then you've got an on-off button. And as soon as you hit that on-off button, the fan starts working, it sucks air in, and it inflates this. And this entire thing will air up in about 1 minute and 45 seconds. Should be a lot quicker now that it's not completely dead. So let's turn it on and see. Now you heard the tone change a little bit right there, and that really is telling you that it's pretty full, and it is. It's very firm right now. So you turn it off, put that back in, and then screw that on. And now it's aired up. Right now it's very firm. So you could sit in it and determine whether or not this is how firm you want it. I will probably let some air out of it and let it sit here. So this is how I'm using it here. I've got a pretty open space. Actually, I've got a really open space right here. But I don't have a TV or anything. My movers have not arrived. But I do have my speakers. So I've got these Klipsch, the 5s, Bluetooth speakers, remote right here. I'm kind of positioned between them, And while they aren't as high as they could be to really set that sound stage really nice, you know, it's pretty nice to just sit here. I can play on my phone, I can, you know, mess around on my laptop, and I've got the music playing right to me. I don't have to be connected to anything, just through Bluetooth. I've got that hooked up. So this works out pretty well to just kind of relax at this point. So I mentioned there are other times you may want to use something like this, and there were some times that I thought of that I was like, you know, this could come in really handy. Other than when you're moving and don't have your stuff. So I kind of anticipated that my stuff would not arrive in time, and so I've got this, and it's really nice to have. But there are a couple of other things that I do that I think that this comes in really handy for. So next month there is a hammock hang, and so when I go out to the hammock hang, I can set up my hammock, and because now I've kind of steered more towards the bridge hammocks, they aren't quite as convenient to sit in and lounge. Plus, you know, depending on where the trees are, sitting in your hammock when the next set of trees is 50 feet away, it's kind of hard to talk to the person that's in that hammock without yelling. So having a chair that's comfortable, that you can move around, and this is, you know, plenty easy to move around so that I can get exactly where I want to be. Weighs about 8.5 pounds. So don't get me wrong, this is not a backpacking piece of gear. This is for car camping, hammock hangs, getting out with friends, you know, neighborhood block parties. Awesome to get it out. Going to sporting events and watching your kids. That's another one that I think this is really cool for. Is you get out there, press the button, it airs up, you get to watch the game, and then you deflate it, put it back in its bag, and walk away. I think that's really cool. The other place that I see a really good use for this, and I'm going to possibly take it out and use it tomorrow at one, is at a car meet. So going to car meets, you know, a lot of times I'm walking around, but then, you know, there are a lot of times that I wish I had brought a chair, and a lot of people set up chairs and sit behind their car and, you know, kind of interact with people. You know, it's nice. People like to talk about their car. They like to talk about what they've done to it, things they're gonna do to it, places they've gone with it, things they've seen and done. And so, especially if you've got a somewhat unique car and people want to come up and talk to you, it's good to have something where you can sit and just kind of hang out. And this lets you do that in style and in comfort. I mean, not many people are going to be out there in a full-on armchair just kind of hanging out. Most people would have like a fold-up camp chair. Same with like when you go car camping or you go to a hang. So that's where I think this is going to come in really handy. Now, talking about the bag. So this is the bag for it, and it easily packs back down and fits into here. It comes with a couple of elastic straps that once you break it down and air it gets down to about that dimension. I mean, you wrap this around it and it holds it tight. It comes with the USB-C connector cord so that you can charge it up. And as far as the battery, I think it's a 5,800 milliamp hour battery, and I've used it, well, 4.5 times to air this up and have not recharged it. And it's still, I mean, you guys heard it, it was still going plenty strong. It wasn't hesitating on airing this up. Didn't like get to a kind of soft point and stop. It aired it up to the point where it's pretty good. Now, the first time I pulled it out of the package, when I got it, aired it up, my son Dylan pretty much stole it. I was kind of worried that I was gonna have to move without it because he wasn't letting go of it. He moved it in front of the TV, it was just sitting there chilling. So it was a hit at home. And so Dylan definitely liked it. So let's take a look at what else I've done in the apartment. Let's do a little quick walk around, see the place, and I'll show you the trade that I did with Rain Man and how that could potentially work out to my favor as well. So let's go look. Okay, so this is definitely not the best camera to do vlog style type stuff. It doesn't have great stabilization, and so on a tripod's where it really shines. So walk in, I got in here yesterday and noticed that there were no blinds on the sliding glass window, and because of there being a sidewalk right outside of there, I really wanted to make sure that I got something on there, so went and installed these yesterday. I've got a nice big closet right here. It's under the stairs that go up to the upstairs apartment. And what's nice is it's great for gear storage. So come over here. So I've got all this open space, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with. Back here is probably where the couch, sofa stuff is all going to go. Is probably right back over here where I've got the speakers, and I've got this chair set up kind of inside the front door. And then this would be a dining room area over here, but I don't know that I'm going to use it that way. I've got a nice balcony out there. Kitchen's in there, nothing super special. But back here in the bedroom is what we've got going on. So let's duck under here, and you can see kind of what I've been working on. So I've got the Tensa. So I've got the Tensa set up. You can see, I'll come over here so you can kind of see how I've got it run. So it's in here. I've got just a cloud hammock on here. Don't need anything special inside. But then it runs out, and I've got it toggled behind the door, the hinges of the door out there to keep it good in here. And so far, works pretty well. So I think it's kind of funny that as I'm moving into a new house, it's my backpacking gear and the stuff that that I've used or has been sent to me for trial because of this YouTube channel that's keeping me comfortable right now until my stuff gets here. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys checking this out. If you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. As always, hit that like button. If you haven't done so before, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out tremendously. Costs you absolutely nothing to do it. All right, I appreciate it, guys. I'll see you down the trail.